Hello, everybody. Hey, Carrie, thank you for being here, or thank you for stopping by. Mad Hatter, thank you for being here or stopping by. And hello, Cool Gamer. Always good to see you. I am going to get a few people in here before I start speak. Okay, I didn't know because my thing that says how many people's in here went to one, and I was like, oh, they left. Okay, that's good. I'm glad you're here, Carrie. But no, I'm gonna allow a few people to get in here before I start speaking. Hello, Ray. Yay, Ray's here. Um, yeah, this live is a spare of a moment kind of thing, but I felt convicted in my heart to do a live about this. I don't think after today I will ever do a live about this. We're not only, we're going to talk about some serious things, but then I really want your opinion, okay? I seem to be losing subscribers almost on a daily. I kind of think it's because I don't go live as much. But I'm not sure. And I put a poll up. If you haven't seen it, please go and vote because I need your feedback. I want to make you guys happy. I want to make it to where you guys want to come. I'm not a drama channel. This is a laid back channel. I welcome kind-hearted, compassionate people here because those are the kind of people I want to be around. But I also want to hang out, talk about life, have fun, and things of that sort. You know what I'm saying? But today I seen a few things, and like I said, I felt convicted to say something. So let's get a few people in here. How you guys doing? Oh, I hope you guys, it's the middle of the week. We only got a couple days to go. Weekend. For here in Ohio, we've had a big spell of fall-like weather, like 60s. But starting today, we've gotten into the mid-70s, so we're going to have some nice weather. I'm so excited. Hi, Chris. Good to see you, sweetheart. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're doing okay. I hope everybody's doing okay. Yeah, whether it be on YouTube or in real life, I only wish the best for you guys. Honestly, I do. Do you realize in November it's been a year for me being on YouTube? I can't believe it's been that long. I can and I can't, but it's awesome, I think. Still here. Wait. Oh, I know you are, my Hatter. Hello, Just Legs. Good to see you in my chat. Welcome. I don't know. I don't remember. My mind's like a goldfish. I don't remember you being here before, but welcome, sweetheart. I'm so glad to see you, and I hope you're doing good. You're always a sweet person in any chat I go to that you're at. I really do like what you say and how you portray yourself. So thank you for being here. Um, yeah, I know some of you are in the drama community, And I do know some of you know what I'm about to speak upon. I seen a post today that Nick made about Rabbit, and she made sort of like a yearbook. They're still in high school, but they made a yearbook about Rabbit and what happened with Rabbit. And you know how like in a yearbook, you have those people like most likely to succeed or most likable, whatever. They made something like that, and then they labeled me as the baby. Hello, Saya Spy. Welcome. I've never seen you here before, but welcome. And I was like, really? And then Traders made a post speaking all this nonsense about how they want to get along and have peace and this and that. And I'm thinking, really? And I'm thinking, everybody can change. And I was being very hopeful that she meant it. So I made a few comments in her post. I had posted it on my community post today, so please take a look at this. I'm not going to repeat word from word. But I made a few comments, nothing mean. I was being very polite, well-mannered. But then minutes later, she made another post highlighting my comments and saying some very nasty and harsh things about me, right? And hi, Angie. Good to see you. Hi, Maddie. Good to see you, sweetheart. I am so happy you're here, Angie. Hope all is well. I probably won't be here long. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I hope you feel better. I am so sorry. It could be it could be stress. Yeah, definitely. I hope you feel better though, Angie. But yeah, like I said, minutes later, she made a post highlighting my comments, saying some very nasty things. And then I wrote back saying, well, this shows me that what you posted is just nothing but words. Because we all know the saying, actions speak louder. So this whole thing of creating peace throughout the community, I feel is a bunch of horse crap. I don't care if they don't like me, okay? That doesn't bother me. Whatever they say or do about me doesn't bother me no more. It really honestly doesn't. I was just trying to be very hopeful that maybe they were trying to change their ways, So I spoke on it. Hi, sweetheart. Good to see you, Betty. But that wasn't the case, right? Okay, so I'm going to be real with you. I've been on YouTube for 3 years, interactively, okay? It wasn't until about 2 years ago I started interacting with chats. Now, 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago, 20 of my years disappeared. I am not going to go into what happened to me. But what happened to me, nobody should go through, right? I got free from that. But I was on my own for the very first time in my life. Very first time. Never in my life have I lived on my own. So, and during the time of that, my mother passed away. So I was going through a very bad depression. and trying to heal from my past. Okay. And I haven't publicly said this, but I was too needy. I was too emotional, sensitive, whatever you want to call it. But I held on to who I thought was actually my friends, regardless of who they were, people that treated me kind and who I thought actually cared about me. I held on to that because I haven't had that almost my whole life. Okay. So I do apologize for those who thought that I was too needy, I was too much. I just wasn't their cup of tea, that I was helpless. Like they couldn't help me. But a lot of those people didn't take the time to get to know me, to get to know what I was going through and understand why I was the way I was back then. Okay. Oh, I got somebody. Yay, Kimberly!
Hi.
Hello, sweetheart.
Hi,
Give
hon.
me 1 minute.
Sure.
Give me 1 minute. I'm
Sure.
on a roll here.
Okay, you go then.
So, like I said, they didn't take the time to get to know me. Okay. I do apologize to Rabbit and Dazed. For
What are we
being.
applying for? I mean, apologizing.
If you would have heard what I just said, you would know.
Oh, no. I know. We talked. Okay, I know.
Okay.
Sorry.
And you know, but you didn't know that. You didn't care to get to know that. You just saw me as I was. And I'm sorry for being that way. That I never had any ill intention towards anybody. I'm a loving person, a very
Yeah.
person, and I only wanted the friendship, okay? So, but saying that, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm a human being. I'm not perfect. I have many flaws, but that person back then is not the person you see today. Okay? So they can go and do and say whatever they feel like doing, but you know my story. I'm telling you my story. And if you have any questions, I have nothing to hide. Okay, go ahead, Kimberly.
Oh my goodness.
I had to get that out, you know what I mean?
Yes, I know, hon. I know, and it's hard. It just, it makes me sad because that's one of the things that, like on Mama T's channel earlier when I was supposed to be napping because I got out of the hospital, but we won't tell, all right, Kim?
Right.
Kim never tells my secrets, so I don't get in trouble.
Nope.
I was supposed to be resting, but I've been resting for like a million years in the hospital. I don't want to rest no more.
Well, I surely appreciate you being here. I really do.
Yes, well, I
So
love
thank
being
you.
here. And I love being around everyone and just like, Mad Hatter and Angie B and Ray and just Kush and everyone. Y'all are just awesome. Chris Miller. Um, oh wow, your last name's Miller. I actually dated. Oh yeah, I just threw y'all off topic, didn't I? But it's just funny, kind of just real quick, and then I'll get back on track because Kimmy already knows. My first husband was my high school sweetheart, which is my 26-year-old daughter Michaela's dad.
Mm.
His name was Christopher. Uh, and then my husband now is, and for the past 18 years, is named Christopher. And funny thing is, in between the two Christophers, I dated a guy named Chris Miller or Christopher Miller. But here's the big weirdest kind of thing about it, guys. My husband's name is Christopher Michael, and the
Uh-huh.
guy I dated was named Christopher Michael.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's
So it's
funny.
like something about them Chris's girls, if he's single and if he wants you to mingle, he's a good one. Something about them Christophers. And just a side note, Christopher in like the name book, it stands for Christ bearer.
Oh,
So
wow. I didn't know that.
yeah. Our name in Vietnamese is Needle. Me and Kimmy.
That's
It
cool.
means, I think, Kimberly means flower
Well,
garden, but in the
well,
Vietnamese, it means needle.
uh,
Like, what?
I seen a thing that said that Kimberly meant royalty.
Yes, royalty and like a flower garden,
Mm-hmm.
like the royal flower garden. And, well, if I do say so myself, me and you both are very beautiful, like flowers in our heart and in our soul.
Oh, yeah.
But I was just letting you ladies know. Like, I don't know much about Chris. Well, he's our Chris because he's on Kimmy's panel, but like, I don't know. We might have to, speaking of playing different games, depending on if Chris is single or not, we might have to do a little dating game going on.
Oh, that would be funny. Ray says, I have a cousin that is married to Marcy, number 5. He married 3 of them. I've never met,
Marcy?
yeah, I never met a Marcy that wasn't dating or married to him. Like, the name is, oh, I can't pronounce that word, to relationship with him. I'm not sure what that was.
Oh, okay.
Prestigious? Prestigious. I think that's what it is.
Oh, that
Like
said
the top,
Marcy number 5.
yeah. But like to get back on topic,
Yes, there you go. You did it just like that, girl. You brought me back. So,
now I showed you what was done today.
yes.
I did not send you what Nick did this morning, but like I said at the beginning, it's what started everything for me today. Nick was downgrading Rabbit,
I
and then
thought Rabbit was a part of them now.
no, 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 she hasn't been a part of them for a couple weeks now. She's against them.
Oh.
Praise
See,
God.
I
But
can't keep up. I mean,
I
come
know.
on.
Well, honey, you've been in the hospital.
Yeah, I
I'll fill
know.
you in the next few days.
Yeah, because
But
you don't
no.
need it.
Okay, so she separated from the Mean Girls, and I absolutely love the live. If anybody hasn't seen it, go to Rabbit's live today because the thing she said needed to be said, and it is the absolute truth.
Oh, you know what? I mean, honestly, like, it really shocked me at first when I found out that Rabbit was like, because
Oh, me too. But
I've always loved Rabbit.
I honestly think the only reason Rabbit became a part of it was Anissa.
Okay.
So, and
Because
that's a whole other story
yeah.
too with Anissa, but
But you also know, Kimmy, that like, I struggled with, because it's easier for me because I've like I've become like, we've talked about it, but like for those of you that don't know, like me and Kim both share the like emotional bound empath thing. And not like we're psychics or anything, but we're so overly sensitive and highly emotional. So that's what that really kind of means, the word empathy, and people can have more empathy because of that. But it affects me and Kim in a way that you don't really have to be close to that person or know that person. And
Right.
it's a good thing and a curse all in one.
Yeah.
Like when our grown children call and say, oh, this and this happened, or I did this, and you can feel and hear and sense their joy, and
Uh-huh.
it's like a real feeling, like Kim understands, and any other emotional bound empaths out there will. But like one of my best friends of 35 years is an intuitive empath. She can know someone for about 5 minutes just hearing them talk, and she can tell you, no, they're no good.
Right.
And it was odd, and she kept it from me for a while, but not because she didn't think I should know, but she knew that I would be heartbroken. But it kind of came to light after everything that happened with my half brother Steven and everything. She came and said, I just didn't want to tell you, Kim. I didn't, because you were getting to meet, one of your half brothers, and it was exciting. But she said he just from the get go gave her bad vibes. And I
Yeah.
don't know if anybody's caught up with all of that drama or story with the
Mhm.
lies he told me. So then making me look like a fool and trying to like come on panel and be like, no, she was on drugs, and my brother found this and bottles of different pain medications. That he is a Don't even get me started on his lies. So, the mess with that, just, I had to like seriously have a come to Jesus meeting, because I was like, I immediately called him, and it took a couple days for him to call me back, because I
Mhm.
feel it was the horrific, full of $5 cuss words. Remember, Kim? And because little sister was not happy at Big Bro at this point, because I don't do lies. I don't tell lies on people, and I wouldn't. But he putting that in my head and letting me believe that that's what she did, no, that is never okay.
Yeah,
And
and
it's hard coming
it
from a
is
family member.
it's really hard for the thing for me was I explained at the beginning of my live was, I was going through so much
Yeah.
in my life when I started interacting with YouTube.
Mhm.
And I did partially put that on people without knowing. And I could see how some people thought I was too much, that I was
Well,
sensitive
please
and
don't say
whatnot.
you were too much, honey, because you're not. Like,
But when I got on YouTube and I thought people were being kind to me and I
yeah,
thought
they
people
weren't.
were being my friends, I just ate that up because it was like something I never had before.
I know.
Oh,
And
and
I even told
I didn't
you.
even bother looking at
Yeah.
who they actually were and what they were doing.
Yeah. Well,
I
we
just
talked
said
about
all
it.
I thought people, thought of me, and I
Mhm.
thought I had friends, and
And that
I
was
never,
exciting.
yeah, I never had that type of interaction before,
Mhm.
and yeah, I never lied to these people. I never
Mhm.
went behind their back on anything.
No.
I never went after anybody.
No.
I only try to show my appreciation for their kindness and interact with them in that
Yeah.
capacity.
And I even said, like, some people, unfortunately, and I say this with a big unfortunately, there are those that, you don't have to be an empath. You are naturally, if you're a nurturer or a carer of any kind, which we all are. People say, well, the devil sure isn't. Well, no. Is any of them a part of the Mean Girls crap? Um, I mean, it's in the name. Like, I told Kim earlier, I was like, my oldest daughter was like, oh my gosh, mom, like, why would they even want to be a part of something when mean is in the name? And I said, it is awful. I said they treat it because, of course, my oldest daughter, we talk, and Kimmy, you let me, because of course I ask first. So anytime, you guys, my husband has been sitting in the same room as me with my phone on speaker because, and I never, right, back me up on this, Kim, I would never do that to anyone without letting them know, like, you're on
Right. Oh,
speaker.
yeah.
Yeah. So, and you didn't care because you know that my husband cares for you and your kids like he does me.
Right.
And he just was like, he almost broke down one night. He was like, is that true? Like, are they really like that shitty? And I was like, unfortunately,
Yeah.
baby, yeah. He goes, but she's so sweet. What could she have possibly done? And I said, baby, nothing. You don't have to do anything. They just pick and choose who they want to do their whatever they call fuck shit to. And he goes, well, that's not anything I'd want to be a part of. I said, no. And she doesn't either. But when I started telling him and he dug more into it, he was like, almost as if he attached himself to my empathy because he was like, that's so sad, baby. I said, I know, I've been telling you. They are hateful. They treated her like crap. They probably didn't never wanted her around, but then again, she's constantly having to ask them, did I make you mad? Are you mad at me? And they would make fun because I went back, guys. I went back and to let my husband be able to form a true good opinion on this, which he did because he knows he's my intelligent dude. He knows, but like I told Kim, and he was like saw how, and I don't say their names. I
Right.
say Mama T because they'll always be a part in my heart for Mama T, and I will help her out anytime I can. There's nothing that will change that. Yes, I was hurt when all the money stuff and all that was going down, but do I hold grudges? No. Do I stay mad at them? No. Do I understand to this day what she was doing? No, and I don't care. It doesn't change the fact. You have to stop, people. You have to stop and say, did that affect my life in any way
Mhm.
negatively? No, because
Mhm.
no one put a gun to my head and said, cash app her this money or I'm going to blow your head off.
Right.
Okay, nobody does that.
Yeah.
And they hate it. They hate it. All the other creators hate it when people give money to Mama T. And I gave her $10 this morning just to do it. Just to say, because she knows me. Mama T and Kim know me more than I guarantee you anyone else besides Cushy on this platform. I do love and care about Betty, but I haven't even heard from Betty in ages. Like, she went to the Discord stuff, and I just don't. I'm not. Help me out, Kim. I'm not like. I'm
You're very generous at heart. If you see someone in need, you're going to help them regardless of what their motives are.
right. And I don't care. Like my husband used to get so irritated because especially downtown Houston and things like that, like toward the beach, especially when we would go on vacation and I would see um someone out there with their sign or whatever, and I was like, baby, here. And I was already digging in my purse to get like a couple dollars or whatever. I don't keep a lot of cash on me, but um I was like, here, stop, open the window so we can give this to him. And he was like, baby, no, because I guarantee you, once he gets his little bucket full, he's gonna
That
go
that
over there.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
That doesn't matter.
it
The
doesn't. It
matter
doesn't at
is
all.
that you felt
Yep,
compelled in your heart
exactly.
to be giving.
Mhm. So now it's like not even an inside joke. We'll be driving around in bigger towns because that just doesn't happen around here in our little small town. But we're surrounded by Killeen, Fort Hood, Waco, Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth, San Antonio. We're kind of like Central Texas. We're in the middle. So anytime we're in especially Austin, oh
Hi,
my gosh.
sweetheart.
Hey, baby, I'm here. I'm here.
I'm glad you're here.
Oh,
Did
there
you?
you are, Betty. Oh my God, Betty.
Yeah, I've been on YouTube, just nobody
Oh,
knows my name.
okay. Oh my gosh, Timmy. Like, did we just conjure Betty? We were just
Yes,
talking
because I
about
was
you, and boom,
here.
you're here.
I was here. I've been here the whole time.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. But why haven't I seen you?
Well, I left for like 2 weeks for my mental
Okay. Oh my gosh, guys, y'all already know I'm in tears. My Betty. It's my Kimmy Poo and my Betty Boo. Oh my gosh,
health.
it's like
Yes.
seriously, did we just conjure? I conjured you, I think.
No, I was here. I'm here. I'm
Oh,
actually in the
yay.
chat. I'm here. It's just
Oh,
I can't be
okay.
under my name and stuff because of
Oh,
Nicolina.
okay. Oh my gosh, because like I was telling them, like I'm just like sad because I haven't heard from you, and I'm just gonna, guys, I'm gonna have to turn it over to Kim and let Kim explain to Betty what the past month of my life has been like, because I don't think Betty knows, and then I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna
Okay.
set my phone down and go get some tissues because now I'm crying. Thank you, Betty. Wash them. I'm gonna need to wash them down with some washing beer. All right,
Well,
but yeah, Kimmy can fill you in while I go do this. Get me some tissues. Okay.
okay. Betty, Kimberly has been in the hospital due to her Crohn's disease.
Oh no.
Um, it was a very painful process, but she is home now. She's still on a lot of medications, but she is able to eat and be in the comfort of her home. And she just got home today, so she doesn't know what's going on.
Oh, okay. Well, so she didn't know that I had lost, well, you know,
Yeah, probably not.
she didn't know what
Probably,
Nicolina did to me, right? She had no idea.
probably not, honey. I mean, you could tell her if you want to. Um,
So
but
now I just I'm on the down low.
yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all.
Hey, just legs. I mean, after starting over 7 times, and leaving everybody alone, and people just won't leave me alone.
Right.
I had to leave for like 2 weeks. I seriously, hey, and Kush, I seriously had to leave for 2 weeks for my mental health. I really did.
Oh yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, I'm surprised that you only took a couple weeks, but I'm very glad that you're back. I'm glad that you are not allowing this to take you down.
Yeah. No,
And
I came right back, but then I took the 2 weeks off so that I could just, refocus, reprogram,
right,
and kind of get out of a lot of the drama, a lot of the BS that was just
Yeah.
there was so much of it, and just the whole situation. And then when I found out that Nicolina was the one that went to actual YouTube on Twitter, that really hurt me because honestly, I never did nothing to that woman at all, except
Me neither. Me
not
neither.
give her my business. I just didn't give her my business. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I didn't tell her nothing about myself, and that's
Right.
it. That's it.
I'm
And
in
then
the
she called
same
me.
shoes. I mean, I didn't go through half the hell that you went through, but after Nick's post and Trader's post today, I felt convicted to clear the air, so to speak, and I don't ever really want to talk about this again. Um,
Mhm.
if you didn't, you need to see Rabbit's live today. She said so many things that is the truth about the Mean Girls, and
Yeah.
it needed to be said by someone like her.
And this is the thing is I don't really, I know that the Mean Girls started with McKenna, but then it's became like a bullying, a, a whole like bullying thing, to
That's all it is. It's just a hate bully channel. There's no purpose for it. They get their kicks off of hurting people,
yeah, yeah.
you know.
And then they act like that they're supposed to be saviors for people. I think it's like a
Right.
trauma based. Don't they call it like trauma trauma based friendship or something like that? Like people
Yeah,
that
like a trauma bond, like
yeah, like
a
a trauma bond.
yeah.
And then when people do actually um, tell their story, then it gets held against them.
Well, I'm at the point where I honestly, truly do not give a shit what they say or what they think about me. I don't care what lies they make about me. Nothing. I don't care what they do. But what I seen today, I just thought, you know what? I need to clear the air because I've held it in too long.
Hmm.
You know?
And that's kind of like with me too. Like I don't know. Like I went on to Jimbo's panel the other night and I said, I don't watch anybody. And I shouldn't have said that because I do watch Speakeasy. But it hurt his feelings for me saying that. And
Oh,
now his feelings are hurt and like I didn't want that to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything I do, I hurt somebody or I do something wrong or I feel like I'm doing something wrong and I don't. And then a lot of times I can't remember a lot of things. People will be like, "Oh, you did this or you did that."
right.
I have a severe brain injury. There's so many times I don't remember what I did yesterday. I honestly don't remember. And for it to always be held against me, it just, I don't know. It hurts really bad. So I know how you feel, like,
Okay, guys, I'm back.
Oh, welcome
welcome
back.
back.
Oh my goodness. Don't
Betty,
get that.
I never ever, in real life, I never want to hurt anybody's feelings. But we got to realize that there are going to be people out there that don't agree with who we are, that hold our flaws against us.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to get along.
Right. And not everybody's perfect. But the thing is that if people are really trying to help other people or they're trying, you know, um, they're trying to be there for other people. I don't know why other people pull them down so bad.
Because
Right.
I think they're like just like with Kim, I feel Betty that they pick and pick and pick at her because she's an easy target. And for some
Yeah.
reason they like get off at like causing pain.
Yeah.
Whereas me and you kind of are like, yeah, we're not sweet. But we're not just gonna sit there and take it. We're gonna cuss your ass out and be like, well, fuck you.
Right.
I don't
And we've
need
done
you in
that
my
so
life.
much that it hasn't even really made a difference. It's like they
No.
get off on it.
Like, what is it? How many times for you in years you've been stalked and been all
Yeah.
for
Well,
jealousy?
when they started saying that I sexually exploited my daughter and things like
Oh
that,
my
that
god.
was just
That's
gone way
horrible.
too far.
And
Just
then like telling people if you ever go to her channel, you're exiled,
Yeah.
gives her the right to tell people not to go to someone's channel.
Right. Well, when it comes to Betty Boo, I'd be like, well, exile me away. I don't give a fuck. Because at least I know Betty loves and cares about me and she doesn't lie.
that's
I'm
right.
not everybody's cup of tea.
Exactly.
But you know what?
I wish
I
Freeside
actually
wasn't
love
here.
it
I
when they
really
don't
don't
like
like that
me.
dude. That's
I
the
don't
dude
either.
that's the dude that suicide trolled me and showed me the suicide and then porn.
Yeah,
I don't
that
want.
was.
Can you
Yeah,
guys get him out of here? Really?
Yeah, I will get him out.
that was. Oh, he was in the
Regard,
chat? Did he
yeah,
just
he's in
come
the
in?
chat.
Oh my
This
god.
man, I will tell you
Yeah,
what, I
he's
do
scared.
not know how someone can have so many different accounts,
Sock
troll
account.
accounts. I have never seen anybody have that many, and he is so persistent.
They're
Oh, I
psychotic.
know.
Yeah, it has
Betty
to
will tell
be.
you. They're
It's so
completely
disgusting.
psychotic,
And what
stalking weirdos.
like literally, I watched a man blow his head off online, and then you're shocked about it, so you put it up, and then they got porn, and it was really devastating.
That's sick. I don't
Yeah.
care. That is sick.
It
That is
was.
not funny at
I
all.
was on
It wasn't
mine.
funny.
Like, I
And
think.
Betty, I saw your reaction, and
Yeah.
I myself was horrified.
We felt sick. Well, because it's the emotional empath thing. We saw your face, Betty, and we just knew.
Yep.
Because Betty is emotional empath, or emotional bound, but she's also the intuitive.
Mhm.
So she's got it good in both ways. But just like me and Betty had talked one time, sometimes they kind of crawl in. They sneak into your heart secretly, and then bam.
Yeah.
You know, we're
and
still
they hurt you.
human.
And
Right.
just all of a sudden they
Yeah.
just come into your life, and then they hurt you, and then
Yep.
I just don't
How
say
many
nothing about it.
times?
I just keep moving forward, but
Yep.
I had to
Like
take a
Angela.
little bit of a break.
Oh yeah, I had to too, honey. I even contemplated on changing my name, starting a new channel all
Yeah.
over again. I contemplating just saying the hell with YouTube,
Mhm.
but
Betty
some
knows. I
told me
talked to
not
Betty
to
about
allow them to win.
Yeah. Remember,
Well, I go live
talked
on
to
my
Betty
Rumble,
about it.
and I really love my Rumble, to be honest with you, because they don't have the trolls in there and stuff, and you can actually chat and
Yeah.
have a good time.
It's just so difficult for me, and like, Betty, I'm like, I'm not like incapable.
Well, it's something new, but I mean, like once you download it and then you just hit
Yeah.
comments, then you're just
I
commenting
did
just like
download it, and it still wouldn't allow me to get on.
I wonder if you have to do it. I was going to ask Betty real quick. Now that you mentioned that, Kimmy, I think it might be different than iOS. Like we'd use the iPhones. She does the Android. She has Android.
Yeah.
So which would Kim
Yeah.
have to do it different?
All I know is that if you push if you see me live, because I have it under Betty Washam or just
Mhm.
Washam,
Yeah.
and if you see me, if you click and follow me, and then when I'm live, you just hit like you would comment, like as if you wanted to comment like on the
Right.
video, and then it takes you to the live stream.
Yeah. And I was having some difficulties, and I know, because, and of course, all you guys in chat that aren't the snake in the bushes who kind of really know me know that, well, of course, Betty knows me more, and Kimmy does too, but y'all know why I have those misfires in my brain.
Yeah. Yeah,
And they
that's what I'm
just
saying is like our brain doesn't work right, and then I can't even remember what I did yesterday. I really can't.
Exactly.
And then people
I have a mind of a goldfish. I honestly do.
Yeah. I really, seriously, when people bring up things and they're like, "Did you say this or that?" I'm like, "No." And then I
Yeah.
think about it and I'm
I
like, I
don't
don't
think
even
so.
remember doing that.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, do
And
I
me
Yeah.
and
have
Betty,
split personalities?
me and Betty get no kind of remorse for that. They automatically go for the jugular. Betty's drank too much wine, or Betty's
Yeah.
drinking more than wine, and you know,
Well,
I don't know
everybody
what
that
they
they
say
go
about me.
everybody that they go after is either a drunk or an addict.
Oh yeah, they'll put a name on anything.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like
And
I was
I
accused
drink
of being
and I'm
on
an
drugs.
addict.
What?
I
Whatever.
said, I don't even drink and
Hi,
I'm an addict.
Right. But like
Nido. Yeah, I'm not a
legitimately,
drinker.
me and Betty take medication for pain. Oh my gosh.
Fine. I
Mhm.
got
Yes.
fibromyalgia,
Yeah.
and I've
Like
had it for 27 years.
I always are like, oh, I'm so sorry that me and Betty having to take medications that our doctor prescribed so we can actually have a quality of life. I'm so
Exactly.
sorry
Yeah.
that
Otherwise, I'm
bothers
in bed.
you.
Literally, I'm in bed.
Yeah.
I can't get out of bed, and I
But
just
people
lay
don't
there.
understand it because they take for granted
They
what they
do.
have. They take for granted that they just pop out of bed and they can do this and they can do that. And
Mm-hmm.
they
And
look
that
at
just
you
defeat
like
us.
it's all in your head or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
me and Betty actually had a conversation one time. And it was really good because we basically just helped each other in our spirits, just getting
Mhm.
lifted. Like, because I was like, we should just put out a public apology, Betty. And like, I am so sorry that our pain and suffering ruins your life.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
how the
It's
fuck do they think we feel?
yeah. I mean, like when we were normal, we were able to get up and jump up and go do everything we wanted to do. And then
Exactly.
now that things have changed
Well,
in our
same
life.
here, guys.
Yeah.
You guys aren't the only one here.
Yeah. Kim,
I've been suffering with this since I was 16.
right. And
And like,
the same thing with Betty. You and Betty had the same type of both kinds of abuse in your childhood.
yeah.
And that's the thing, though. I don't try to. I don't really want to talk. I don't like to talk about it because then they use that against
No,
me
me
too, and then
neither.
they
Oh yeah, I
call
know.
Oh
Me
me
yeah,
too.
video,
we can, we can change it.
and just like with that video. And I just want to point this out that I didn't get to say this to anybody because the FBI told me not to talk about it. But I think it's
Oh,
been long enough. I'm going to talk about it.
yeah.
That video was 5 hours long. That Dank cut down to an hour. And if you notice, I was actually live, but why did you not hear me talk to my subs? Why did you not see me answer my subs? Make that make sense. So he cut out 4 hours and then just
Hmm.
shoved all these things together as if I was just sitting there talking and nobody was in the fucking room.
Well, of course,
That's not
Betty,
how it
because
went.
they're always going to clip out the mess that makes you look like accredited.
Yeah, he took it all out, and that's why the FBI actually got the actual video from YouTube because they knew
Yeah.
immediately when they got it that it had been cut.
Yeah. I just even when I talked to Kim about it, like I don't know if you were there when or Kim told you or if you know that Nicolina and them they actually said that she was having sex with her father and that her father was the dad to her kids.
Oh my goodness, who
It
said
is
this about
just
Kim?
like
Traitors dead.
and they're like talking about the fuck shit show. Really? Who's talking about it? Y'all are.
And what pissed me off, I stood up for Cushy today. They were telling me that Cushy was the enabler
Oh wow.
Enabler of what?
of me.
How is she being an enabler if she's just your friend?
Because she was being an actual friend and standing up.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
when you stand up for like
That
me,
pissed me off.
if I go to bat for Betty or I go to bat for Kim, or Night Owl, Kush, all of the ones who support y'all, because I only have a YouTube so that I can be a part of y'all and y'all's lives and watch videos, but I don't have like, y'all know what I'm saying. I don't have
Right.
like a YouTube. But every single time, like, they can think I'm an idiot for having lesions on my brain that scar over. Sclerosis is actually Greek for scar. But guess
Right.
what? I'm not ignorant and I'm not incompetent. I was
And I
in
think that's why they say that nothing's wrong with us, because we're not ignorant and we work so hard
yeah,
not to be stupid. But we are in
yeah,
some other forms, though.
because they
It
don't
does
want to
show.
widen their options there. You can get SSDI for post traumatic, like PTSD and stuff. They don't understand that not all handicaps are visible.
Right. Sometimes they're hidden, like with my
Right.
spine, my neck, and my brain.
Yeah, me and Betty got so much going on in our back. We're wondering if we even have one.
Right? Well, they're saying it keeps shrinking and just, it's degenerated and everything. And
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people, and this is the thing, I don't think mine is no worse or no better, or people are worse or better. I just say that if anybody suffers from it, I know how they feel. And
Yes.
that's it. You know what I'm saying?
And I pray for them, and I don't care.
Oh, I pray for them too.
Yeah, because it says, like, pray for thy enemies, because
Right.
they're
And
the ones that need it.
forgive, but you don't have to forget.
Yeah, he told
You
his
do not have to
disciples
hang out with
forgive,
those.
but you never have to forget.
Right.
And you don't.
I don't know. My psyche got so bad there for a while, and after the last thing that happened to me, after working so hard to get to where I was and losing it again, and I'm not on here scamming people. I'm not on here
We
trying to
know
hurt
that.
people.
Yeah,
We know.
we
Just have my
totally
own
do.
reactions to my own stuff that I find. My own
Yep.
actual content. Um, and I just don't feel that it's fair that people that do go around and actually hurt people, dox people, and I did that a long time ago to find
Mhm.
out like who was hurting me.
Yeah.
I didn't do it on a daily basis, and it wasn't like something that I did with
Mhm.
every single person,
But look at you now, Betty. Like, you are, to me anyway, I don't know about everybody else. You and Kim, and I know Kimmy will be like, no, that's not true. But it is. Kim and Betty, you both have been an inspiration to me, because y'all make me feel good. You don't make me feel like, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah, I
see
do.
past my problems.
Yeah.
Y'all see me as a, like, when I said to Kim the other day, like, I was like, I thought all of that shit was gone and they moved on. No, they never will. Because I told Kim, I don't know what they said or if they said anything about me in their so-called mean club group or whatever, mean girls, whatever.
Mhm.
Queen of the Cunt Rag group. I don't know.
Yeah.
I still love that. I just heard my husband. He was coming into the garage or the kitchen from the garage, and he's laughing because he heard me say the cunt. So I was like telling Kim, I was like, yeah, my husband just adores you, and Betty too. I told Kim because he would just laugh at what we're saying. And my favorite, guys, was when Betty had Steve. Steve, not Steven, right?
Yeah.
As your husband. And he is just okay, y'all. He is just adorable. I can say that because I'm married and my husband's adorable. But Betty knows
You
me
have one of the
as a
best
man.
husbands I know.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Steve, oh my God, Steve rocked that morning. I just
But
loved it. 'Cause
you
y'all
know,
got
and I'm really glad. I'm really glad that Betty came up here
me.
in support of me, and not only that, to share her feelings and what happened to her, because it not only gives verification of how they are to me, but how they are to other
Yeah.
people.
Well, I told you, and I
And
told Betty before, y'all are both, y'all's testimony helps other people where they feel they can't say anything. And I don't know, but I did think a lot when I was in the hospital. I mean, what else can you do? You're either going to go nuts,
right,
all the
Right.
beeping, and but when I had the time where I was just zoning out, I was thinking, and I was like, let them. They're only showing their jealousy. And
yeah,
if Betty or Kim Maple can reach one woman or girl that has been through that and is afraid to like get up and take a stand and say, yeah, my life, this happened. But look, I didn't let it destroy me.
Right.
Like you
And like
and
I said,
Betty, Kim, are
mine isn't
inspiring.
no worse than anybody else's. If anything happened to anyone, it's just as bad. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's not like mine is like, oh, the worst, or,
Yeah.
oh, the less, or I just feel like if anybody has been through it at all, we're all a team of
Yeah.
warriors that's overpowered it,
Yeah. And I
not
went
made it
there.
become us.
You
see,
did.
you know, I have been bullied from the time I can remember, and I never ever stood up to any of them until now.
Yep.
And that's because you're so kind-hearted that you would just probably just shut down and run away and just
Yeah.
not even face it. I
Oh
think
yeah.
Well,
that's
yeah, I would shut down and just go quiet.
And then
yeah.
they'd laugh at her when she cried. They make their little nicknames on. They actually, like, if you have the time to put effort into changing your YouTube name to things like Kim's Cry Closet and shit like that, you
Yeah,
need
like they
God
did
more
with
than
my
you even
vagina, it
think.
wasn't even showing.
What?
When my panties when I crossed my legs and my panties showed, they swore to
Uh,
God my green panties was my fur, um, my
Oh Lord.
punana.
oh
It
yeah, you were.
wasn't.
Just
They were
goes to
green
Yeah.
show you
panties.
how disgusting they really are.
Yeah, because we all know Betty was just trying to get views. Come on. Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah, right. I think I could
But
get
you know,
views better if I actually would have done it the correct way.
Well,
Traders made a remark today. I don't know word from word. You could go to my community post. I screenshotted everything. She said something about not going real life,
oh,
right?
she did. And how many times?
They
And
always do.
I proved to everyone that she went real life on me.
Yeah, well, they always do. And then she even put
Mhm.
my chief of police picture up for a while until he told her to take it down.
Yeah. And my thing with that is like, y'all know that my only blood sibling is my brother. My brother Shane is a detective for our county. And he even said, like, that is so, like, he knew I had already looked into it, but he told me because, I wanted to know. And all I was like, they should be thanking Kim for having the heart she does, because what
Mhm.
they did to her in the state of Ohio is up to a fourth fucking degree felony. Their
Right, but the thing
asses, if
is,
she chose to take them and
but
press
the thing is
charges.
with YouTube, it's gotten so bad that they just don't have the manpower. Like my officer said, they just don't have it.
Yeah. Well, I just had told Kim they do need to be thankful because that is not only, he said that he looked it up, and Nicolina apparently laughs at people when they say that they're gonna press charges or whatever.
Lawyer or whatever.
Yeah.
No, serious, and they need to be thankful that Kim has the heart she does,
Yeah,
because
because eventually,
they'd be
they're gonna mess with the wrong person.
Oh
yeah
yeah,
they'd
yeah.
be paying a $10,000 fine and spending time in federal pen, because it's up in Ohio, especially
Hmm.
a fourth degree felony. But she didn't. She still could if she wanted to, but she doesn't. She just wants them to leave her alone. But they can't do that, Betty. They can't just let her alone, just like with you.
So are they still bothering you, Kim?
Well, it wasn't until today. They had left me alone for a good solid month.
Yeah.
But then they brought me up today. Nick brought me up today. And what they did to Rabbit brought it up today. So I felt convicted to do something, to say something.
Now, do you think that
I
watching them is good for you? Because I don't even watch
Oh
them.
no, it's not good for me.
It's
In a weird
toxic.
way, I know I shouldn't watch them, but in a weird way, I want to see how far they will go with me or my friends.
Oh,
But
just ask Betty. She knows how
does it
far
hurt
to
you
go.
though? Because see, I can't watch people that talk about me. It hurts me too much. I
Right.
already know my flaws. So when someone intensifies my flaws or makes
Yeah.
them just exaggerated, I don't want to hear it. I cannot be there to listen to it.
Mm-mm. You just have to shut it off, and
And
believe me, like Kim and I've talked to her many times, and I have said how proud I was of her, Betty, because remember the first time you had told her and I told you, and you said, you tell her to come on over here
Yeah,
and quit being a mean girl and let's be a warrior,
yeah.
because that's we don't
Because you're
tolerate that.
because you're a warrior in your own life, and I'm
Yep.
so proud of you for getting out of that, relationship that you was in for however many years, your whole life, and
Hmm.
then just now
well,
trying.
it's only the grace of God that I got out,
Amen.
and it's the only grace of God that I saw what they put me through and that I wasn't going to tolerate it no more.
Well, that's why I was
And
like,
I'm proud of you for that. And it takes
Thank you.
sometimes it takes a long time, and then
Yeah.
once you come out of that,
Well, when you're abused your whole life, you're used to it. You feel like that's
you
normal.
deserve it. You feel like you deserve it. It's
Mhm.
normal.
Yeah, and like they always made fun of me like, "Are you mad at me? Did I do something wrong?" Well, you know what? That was a force of habit. I did it without even thinking about
yeah.
it.
Right.
And I told her, I was like, you got to talk to Betty. Betty can share what she's been through, because it was like deja vu. Me listening to Kimmy, I was like, wow. And so I definitely was telling Betty, and that's when she said, "Oh, nah, we will not only stand up for you, provide support, but do you remember what you said, Betty? You said we'll cry with you.
We will. That's right.
We're not gonna call you a crybaby or."
No.
Yeah, that's what they said. They said she was a big crybaby, and on
Thank you,
one of
Trish.
them, they said that me and Kim belonged to each other as friends, because um, we were, what?
Crybabies,
Yeah,
basically.
basically crybabies, because we have feelings.
Well,
Yeah.
like when you cry, you're supposed to, that God actually wants you to cry to get
Yeah,
all of the hurt and pain out. And if you've got someone with you that's willing to listen to you to get all of that out, eventually you stop crying.
that's true. And Betty's been there, done that.
It's very
Yeah,
cleansing, actually.
it is. Like, imagine, like, what they did to Kim. To say that about her dad anyway is filthy and disgusting. But the fact that they doxed her address where she lives, and
And
she's a
my
single
kids
woman, and
and
her
my
two kids.
ex-husband.
Mm-hmm. That's what they do. They go after anything they know
Mhm.
that is going to hurt you.
The first thing I
I've been
even
through it
asked
all.
Kim, I was like,
Yeah.
"Do you have a gun?" And she was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Do you know how to shoot it?" And she was like, "Oh, yeah." I was like, "Okay, good." Because that's all you need. But that's what they do. And I don't understand why it's okay, or how they can even think it's okay to do that and put, they put Kim in a very, very scary situation.
Yeah, and it really hurt her because not only was she trying to get over what was already going through her mind, she had never lived by herself, as she explained today, and
Yeah.
she didn't know really what was, going to happen, or, and she was scared. And
Mm-hmm.
then she came to YouTube as like an outlet, I
And
Yeah.
believe.
I lost my mom at the same time.
And then you
Yeah.
lost your mom,
And my
and
mom was my very best friend in the whole world.
And
and I
that's
know how that
hard.
feels because I lost mine too.
Yeah.
And
Me and Betty know how that is.
so then that
Yeah.
hurts just as much, especially during the times. It seems like they come in threes.
Oh
Something
yeah,
will come in threes, and
definitely.
Mhm.
yeah, they don't want to just give you one. You got to have
Yeah.
two more to go with it.
Right. And my husband, he's just, always supportive like that. And that's why we pray too. Like, we want Kim to, get a good man in her life that will love her for who she is, and a man that's going to love her, that's godly, and is not going to expect her to change. Like,
Right. And the first
my
thing,
husband is wonderful.
right, and mine too. And the first thing she has to do
Simbalte.
is really, really, truly, truly love herself,
Yes.
so
And you
that then
have to,
you can,
right?
yeah, because
Betty,
so,
yeah.
and that takes a while to work on yourself,
Hmm.
actually.
I'll never forget
Yeah,
that, Betty, when you said you have to love yourself before you can love someone else.
That's right. That's right. And before you can allow someone else in your heart, because no one
Hmm.
is going to make you happy but you.
Yep.
Even if you get a boyfriend or something, you have to choose every morning to get up and be happy, and
Hmm.
enjoy your life and love who you are, love what you look like, love what you've accomplished,
Hmm.
and then God will bring that perfect person around you
Yep.
when the time is right.
That's what I told her about me. Like,
yeah,
when
and I'm in
I
no
prayed
rush.
for
It's
my,
been 3 years.
yeah.
Yeah,
you know.
it takes a while. It takes a while to
Hmm.
to work on yourself, honestly. But that's
Definitely.
I it took me about 3.5 years to work on myself when
Yeah.
I just moved and bought my own home and still had my boyfriend, but I wanted to work on myself.
Yeah. You wanted to be
And
more for you.
yeah, and so that's what I did. And I had to do that. I had to do that to know that I loved me so that I would be a good wife when it came
Yes.
time.
Absolutely. And I know, and I tell Kim all the time, like, there's someone out there, trust me. I said, because when I met my husband, it was like instantaneously I looked up and was like, is this him, God? Because I was praying. I prayed
Mhm.
for him, and
Mhm.
I told God that I would listen, because I didn't, obviously, the first two times. And I told God, if, I begged, pleaded, send to me a loving, godly man, Lord, and I will listen. I won't be wayward. I won't use my, um, what do they say? That God gives you your
Your own,
own.
or
Yeah.
no.
And
Yeah, your concernment.
Like
Mhm.
you're like, oh my gosh, it's gonna bug me till I remember the word. Like, not doing things your own way, like, but be- uh, free will, because
Right.
like he created us, but he also gave us a gift of free will. Now it's up to us to choose how we do and use that free will. And at the
That's
time, of course, like Betty knows, like it was my high school sweetheart. 5 years. We were babies, 15 years old. Got
yeah.
married at 20. Had my oldest daughter. And then, he was a cop and he was working the shit shift, which all rookies do. And that's the night shift. So I'm up just
Mhm.
all night long, depressed, scared, anxiety, to the point where I'm straightening out the little tassels on the mats in front of the door. Weird shit. Because
Oh
I
yeah.
was
Right.
terrified that
Yeah,
the
I
doorbell was going
understand.
to ring. Yeah. And they were going to tell me. And that just caused me to know that I cannot and would not make a good officer's wife. I just couldn't. I care about him still. I always loved him. And we always will have a spot for each other in our hearts. We share our firstborn child, which is our daughter, Michaela, and she's wonderful. But
Mhm.
I don't know. We need more people. Like, we need more Betty Washams. We need more Kim Maples. We need more that will stand up and stop
Mhm.
letting these people act like freaking toddlers, actually.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they act like they're in high school and bullying people.
High school, girl, middle school.
In middle school, yeah, middle school.
But as I
Well,
was saying
ladies, I hate
earlier,
I hate
if
to cut you short, but I gotta
oh
get
no
up
no
and,
no, you're good.
make supper for my husband.
Oh
Um,
yes, and
Oh,
tell
okay,
him that.
sweetheart.
Tell
Well,
him
thank you so very much for being here today. I
yes, and
truly
tell him
appreciate
we love
your support
him.
and your story.
I sure will, and just know that that's my channel, and if you
Okay,
guys want to sub up, eventually I'll go live on there or something. I just
okay. I'll
I
get my
just need some
husband to
more
help
time.
me. He's the one
Well, I mean, just the one
who's a
that like
computer
I'm
whiz.
having the YouTube right now that we're on.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'll come back live. I just
Yeah.
need some more time.
Oh,
Well, I'm glad you
we'll be
did because
waiting
I
for you.
really thought, I was like, where's my Betty?
All right. Well, you guys
You
all
have a
take
great
care. I'm
night,
gonna go make
sweetheart.
coffee.
Oh, love you,
You too. I
Betty.
will talk to you soon.
Love
I
you.
love both of you. I love you all. Bye.
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 She is such the sweetest. I get so angry that they will still say bad shit about her. And I'm like, really?
I
Like,
know.
is there a where's the button you push that just says, shut up, you have no idea what you're talking about?
Well, they will take your worst moment or a moment that they think that they can make a whole other story out of
Oh,
to
yeah,
make you look bad.
of
You know what I
course.
mean?
Well, yeah, but to also hurt you. And that's where me and Chris were like, why? Why would they want to hurt you?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Yeah. And
I
it's just
treated
like,
each and every one of them with respect and kindness and love.
well, of course you did, babe, because that's who you are and how you are. Like, remember I said we share more than just a name. And like Chris, had even said that time, like, yeah, I talk a lot of shit, but I mean it,
Right.
physically and health wise, especially right now. I couldn't. fight my little chihuahua if he wanted to have some beef. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Booger Bear. He's so happy. He was so happy to
Well, I
see.
bet. I bet they were all so happy to see
Oh my
you.
god! I couldn't even get in the door all the way.
Yes, and this is a day to be so happy for
Happy.
Cassie. She's home in her own comfortable bed with her family, her fur babies.
Yeah, because
And
oh
she's
my
able to eat
god,
real food.
yes, like Chick-fil-A. Oh my
uh-huh.
gosh, it was amazing.
um,
Poor, like I can't see the chat, but what's going on? They're probably all going. Dang, are we
okay,
gonna get to
so
talk?
Ray Jones says that because you're everything they are not, kind, caring, and beautiful. Brad says they only go after good-hearted people. First, it is their eyes, a sign of weakness, not knowing
Yes.
a lot to put themselves out there.
Mm-hmm. Is
And
that Brad? That's our Brad.
yeah. And Cushy
Okay.
says she's super happy that you're home.
Hi,
And
Coochie.
And Brad is so happy you're home.
Oh, I love you guys. I talked. I think we talked like an hour earlier today. And Kimmy
uh-huh.
was like, "Oh my gosh!" It was like a breath of fresh air, guys. Like, who
Oh yeah,
could
because I've been
not?
holding my breath since Monday.
I know, right? Like, come on.
And
But
then when
like,
I
it's a
didn't hear
process.
from you yesterday, I'm like, oh my god,
I
something
know.
happened. Oh my god, what's going on?
I didn't even think about that. I'll have to tell Chris later what that was about because he'll be like, "What?" Because I'm gonna have to tell him because basically it was because um it takes like hours to get
Mhm.
like everything documented for my walking papers to be discharged.
Yeah.
And when you're in there and you have had a major surgery like me, which was not my first rodeo, that this one made my third intestinal resection.
Right.
So we're all gonna just pray for me, please, please, please. Because
Every
like
night, sweetheart. Every night. Like,
yeah, I just love you guys and I definitely need the prayers because I'll be I'm 47. I'll be 48 December 6th.
oh no. I hope her phone didn't die. Well, she'll get back with us and let us know what happened. Or hopefully come back. Until then, another thing that really hurt me during that whole time was so many people that was in that community automatically took the word of Nick and traders of how they thought I was and completely disowned me and talked shit about me. And that, to me, that's sad because it's like they can't think for themselves. And I pray that those people will eventually have their eyes open and realize that I'm not a bad person. Um, but yeah, go figure, right? Um, so yeah, I mean that really, you know, but I really did respect what Rabbit did, how she did it, and the things that she did say today. Regardless of my feelings for her, I have forgiven her, but despite our differences, that was amazing. It was like, yeah, someone is telling it how it is from someone who has over 1,000 subscribers, right? So yeah, I hope she comes back. Um, Also, I want to say if it wasn't for Cushy and Kimberly, I don't think I would be half the person I am today. I owe so much to them, to 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 their friendship, for accepting me, um, for who I am, for getting to know me. Um, it made the world a difference to me. Um, but yeah, I wanted to get that out. Also, okay, you guys know that I have a chronic disease, so, and I have 2 kids, so, and YouTube isn't my life, it's a hobby. But I really do want to grow my channel, and I need your guys' input, your ideas of what we could do to have fun. Um, I thought of a really cool game, but I don't know if it's something that would be a hit. But I love you too, Mad Hatter. I really do. Mad Hatter, I'm sorry. Mad Hatter stood by me through the whole thing and was nothing but encouragement. And I so needed it at that time, especially. So thank you so very much, Mad Hatter. I'm sorry. But yeah, I need your opinion. Okay. So make poll. I did. I made a poll today, Cushy. On what you guys thought. The last time I looked at it, it looked like different games is a better thing. Some said more lives, you know. But I thought of a game, and I seen it on, and I can't remember where I seen it, but it was on, I think, a TV show. And and I gotta kind of critique it to something that would be kind of more like exciting. But okay, so I thought about having a few people come up and then having someone who can kind of like be a timer and count like the ones that person didn't get in time. But I thought I could ask you, like, say, for example, 20 questions. Just silly questions about what you like. But the thing is you can't think about it. You got to just automatically say what comes on the top of your mind. And then I was thinking, like, okay, I would give them a certain amount of time to answer. And whoever had the most complete answers would be the winner. So, be honest with me and tell me what you think about it. I would appreciate that. Oh, thank you, Mad Hatter. A game I am down for. I know you do, Brad, and I love that about you. I mean, I always have a StreamYard pin for anybody to come up as long as they're being respectful. They're more than welcome to come up. But I don't know what it is that is that why I'm losing subscribers almost on a daily. So I'm like, is it because I don't go live enough? Is it because I'm boring? What is it? I want to know. I know with a person like me that doesn't have a drama or like a certain thing that they talk about and research and all those kind of things. I'm someone who welcomes people with kind hearts and compassion. And in my mind, I would like to see more people or like that, just talk about life, have games. I would like to get back to doing poetry to lyrics or something like that because you guys know that poetry and music is like the two things that I'm very passionate about. Oh, okay. All right, Brad's here. Hey, Brad.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing a lot better than I was last week.
Well, that's good.
I left a comment on one of your lives because when I went to go back on that live, it wouldn't replay the chat, so I wasn't able to write down your email. Do you know how to chat in the back chat without other people seeing it?
Yeah, there's a chat button here. Hang on.
I want you to put your email there, and I'm gonna write it down right now. Okay.
There you go.
All right. Thank you. I am writing it down as we speak.
No problem.
How have you been, Brad?
Well, I went live for a little bit last night.
Really? It didn't come up on my notifications.
It was late. It was like 11:30, 12 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
And immediately got swarmed by the trolls and the haters.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no. I enjoyed it.
Oh.
I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Because the more they gave to me, the more I gave to them. They brought up Betty, they brought up you, they brought up a few other people that I don't know. And I just had fun letting it all hang out and me go off on them. I didn't yell, I didn't scream. In fact, I had a smile on my face while I did it.
Awesome.
So that made it matter. And then they tried to bring up stuff from my life that I've talked about on YouTube. And I just laughed at him and said, yeah, and? Got any new information? No? Okay.
Are you telling me something I don't already know?
Exactly. I'm like, it's my life. Tell me something I don't know. It made me who I am today. It's why I'm strong the way I am. That's why I can take
Right.
all you guys come at me and laugh at you.
Yeah, please, everybody, Brad is trying to get something going on his channel, and he needs more subscribers. So, if you
I'm sorry.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I even pulled out the Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh.
I went, oh, I get no respect. No respect. I tell you, I get no respect around here. Oh, they hated that.
Do you remember some of the troll names?
Dank was in there.
Okay.
Formaxer was in there. A bunch of other people I didn't even know knew that I had a channel was in there. It was like a bunch of people I didn't even know.
Wow.
And I'm just sitting there laughing at them. They're trying to say that one troll, it was Hormaxer, tried to say that he knows for a fact that I was never in the military. I'm doing stolen valor. And I just looked at him and said, really? Well, you know what? What I'm doing versus what you're doing. If I was doing stolen valor, I'd rather do stolen valor than beating up women and not even being able to pay for a prostitute in a whorehouse if I had $500,000 on me.
What were they saying about me?
They were saying that you're just on here trying to find someone. All you do is cry. You're just a weak person. You're a drug addict. You're trying to use everybody. And I was like, no, she's a good person, good hearted soul. Fuck you and die if you don't like her. Keep her name out of your mouth. And so keep her name out of your mouth and insert my name if you got to talk about someone because I don't mind being talked about.
Right.
They didn't like that. A bunch of them left after I said that.
Good. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long you've been in chat, but yeah, I basically just felt with what I saw today that I needed to clear the air. I don't care to talk about this anymore because you know that my channel is not about drama.
Yeah, you want to have a light-hearted, good experience with everything, and that's awesome. Me, I'm more of the well. I've always considered myself like a tank. I'm always that one that'll just smash in, don't care. This is how it is. You don't like it. There's the door, and that's it.
Yeah, Cushy, you're not wrong. Friends are few and far between because the way the world is today, people are about themselves. And they could care less about others.
Especially true, what I call true blue ride or die friends.
Right. And I've always been that way. If you're my friend and I love you with all that I am.
Well, you see, as far as astrological signs go, I'm a Cancer.
Oh, I
That
don't
means I'm
know that.
hard to get. It means I'm hard to get to know, but once I've made a friend, it's a friend for life unless they severely fuck up.
Right. I'm loyal until I'm not. Until you give me a reason not to be.
And the few people in my life who have been friends and then given me a good reason not to be friends, well, they wish they hadn't messed up.
Right.
Because I will use everything I know about them to put them on blast.
Well, see, I've never been that way. Like, you know, I've always had bullies. I've always had people who had to pick on my appearance, not being rich, not being this, not being that. And I've let it go because I've never been the confrontational type because I always had enough of that. And I don't care to go after anybody because to me, if you go after others, you're only stooping to their level.
Well, I don't go after them. I don't go after them, but when they pull up my name, I let them have it.
Well, yeah, you know, I think the best revenge is just walking away.
Sometimes. I mean, I've had bullies in school because I grew up poorer than poor. I'm talking like eating government cheese type poor.
Me too. Me too. Me too.
And I had people try to bully me, especially first day of a new school. There's always someone who wants to try to bully me because
Right.
I was skinnier than a railroad rail, and I had a bullet-shaped head. Literally, I looked like Flat Top from Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
And they found out, okay, he'll let things slide to a point, and then when he's tired of it, he fights back. And when he fights back, he hurts people and he enjoys it. So let's not pick on him anymore. Let's be his friend. And then when I went to the high school up here in Cobleskill,
Uh-huh.
they found out even before school started, I tried out for the football team because I'm good at football.
Yeah.
And they found out, wow, this kid can play. He's the best guy on the team. Yeah, no problems with him. We don't want problems with him. Because I weighed
Well, I was
142
always,
pounds.
I was always a very tiny kid. Like, I stopped growing at 14. I have a big nose. My teeth were always perfect. It was just, I was easy to pick on.
Yeah, I was an easy target for a while when I came home after doing 2 years when I was a kid. From 9 to 11, I was locked up. And when I came home, I had like no self esteem. People would pick on me all the time, and I just let it go until one day someone ran their mouth about my mother. And I looked at him and I said, well, you're the first one in a long time that's pushed me. And I hit him. He was 8th grader. So he was a lot taller than me, and I hit him.
Wow.
And he swung and he hit me, and then I picked up a broom handle and broke it across his face.
Wow.
And if it hadn't been for a couple of teachers grabbing me, he wouldn't be alive. I was aiming the sharp end for his heart.
Yeah.
And they said, you got anger issues. I looked at him and I said, and? I've known I've had anger issues since I was 6 years old. And? But
I want to have fun. I want to surround myself with good people. I've seen what YouTube has to offer, what kind of people are out there. A lot of people type and say things that they normally wouldn't say to someone in real life,
Yep.
And I just want to have a good community of, people with good hearts that just want to have a good conversation and laugh and have that kind of connection and have fun and that's it. And
We
if I
gotta
can,
have fun. We
yeah,
gotta have fun in life. Otherwise, it's boring, miserable, and that's what happened. I like to have fun.
yeah,
Video games, hunting, fishing, camping, trapping, whatever. Racing cars, racing bikes, motorcycle and regular. I don't care. I like to have fun.
yep. I know another channel and I won't name names, but this channel, all she does is just talk to her chat. That's it. She don't do nothing but just have conversations with people in her chat, and she has well over 1,000 people.
Really,
But
that's
yeah, but
boring.
she knows people, and not the good people. She just knows people. You know what I mean?
Yep. But I
So,
don't know. Maybe it's the fact that I've been to war. Maybe it's the fact that I've died more than a couple of times. But I'm over the whole. Okay, you said this, so I gotta hurt you. No, I'm in more like the. You know what? You like to run your mouth. Shows me what kind of person you are. I don't care. I'm having fun.
right. Okay, so did you hear my concept about the game I was wanting to play?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so this, like, for example, I would say, Brad, what's your favorite food? Without thinking, you would say something like steak.
Lasagna. No, my favorite food is lasagna.
I'm just giving an example, okay? And then I would give you like 20 questions, and you can't hesitate. You just got to automatically say what the first thing is on your mind. And then
Okay.
maybe have someone who tallies up like how many questions that you completed without hesitation in a certain amount of time, and then that person would be the winner.
Like a
And
scorekeeper.
I think it would be funny because who knows what you're going to say off the top of your head? You know what I'm
That would,
saying?
I think it would be very fun because when you can't think about an answer and you just gotta first thing that pops into your head, that can be crazy, crazy wild and
Exactly.
very telling, but very fun.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that's something that everybody would be like thinking, just think about how funny it would be. That's the thing. I want people to laugh. You
And
know.
that would make them laugh because I've played a game similar to that, and it was fun. I mean, I was hammered when we played. It was a drinking game, but it was very similar and it was fun.
Yeah. I forget where I seen it. I think it was Friends. If I'm thinking correctly, I'm picturing Joey, you know how he drove the taxi?
Yeah,
And I think Chandler was in the back of the back of the car, and they were on a long road trip, and Joey was thinking of something they could do, like a game or whatever. And he's like, okay, I'm going to ask you questions, and you can't think about it. You just got to say whatever comes to you. And I thought, that would be fun.
yeah, that sounds like something that would have been on Friends.
Thank you, Betty. That means a lot that you let me know what you thought about that. I mean, like I said, I want you guys to be honest about it. If you think it's lame, boring, that's cool. Just let me know what you think would be fun, because I want to make you guys happy. Because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here. I mean, I'm not here for myself.
Well, I will say this to the people who think it would be lame. No, it's extremely funny and fun to watch people's reactions when they realize, wait a minute, why did I say that? Like if I was to ask you a question and you would pop out with something like vanilla strawberry popsicles, and it's like, wait a minute, that ain't even close to what he asked me.
Yeah, I think that's so funny. I think that would be fun.
Oh yeah, it's like I played it when I was drunk and it was fun. What I remember of it was very fun.
Oh, did you look in the back chat?
No, I haven't looked in the back chat.
Yeah, I wrote back to you.
Oh,
Guys,
okay.
I hope Kimberly's okay. Maybe her phone died. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it was the phone that died.
Yeah.
That takes a few minutes to charge up enough to power up and get back on.
Right.
I had that happen last weekend, like Friday. It happened. My phone
Uh-huh.
died, and I was like, "Oh no!" 'Cause I was trying to do something and the phone died. I was like, no.
Well,
So,
I'm having a problem with my phone because I've had the same charging cord forever. And now it's to the point where you have to angle it just right for it to charge.
or wrap the cord around the phone just so it
Yeah,
stays. And
certain way for it to charge. And I told my daughter because my birthday's Tuesday, I said, well, she's like, what do you want, Mom? And I'm like, I really don't need anything, but I need a charging cord.
well, happy early birthday.
Thank you. I have a friend who is a music reactor. Have you ever watched those music reaction channels?
I've watched one or two of them, yeah.
I've like shared out his channel a few times, but I've been with him since the very beginning, and now I think he's up to 120 some thousand subs. And
Wow.
so he calls me like the furniture of the channel. And I said I dubbed myself the lazy boy. But anyways, I asked him to do a song for me for my birthday, and he said he'll probably do it maybe before my birthday. So when he does it, I will definitely share it out.
There you go. I can't, I'll be honest, I can't sing. Some people have told me I have a great voice, but I don't think I can sing.
I can't sing, but it doesn't stop me.
Oh, I didn't say it stopped me. I just don't think I can sing. But when I say some people have said I have a great voice, when the new Star Wars came out and they were playing it in California. I was living out in California and I went to see it and I'm standing in line, not realizing the guy behind me was famous. And I started singing Here's a Quarter called Someone Who Cares by Travis Tritt. I
Yeah.
didn't know it was Travis Tritt standing behind me.
Oh, really? Oh my God.
And he tapped me on the shoulder. He goes, "Hey, that's a good song." And I said, "Yeah, it's one of my favorites by this guy, Travis Tritt." Oh my God, it's you! I had the whole starstruck.
Definitely. My favorite song by him is "I'll Love You Forever and Ever, Amen."
No, that's Randy Travis.
Oh, I'm sorry, Travis Tritt. Okay.
Travis Tritt did Anymore, Tell Me I Was Dreaming, which is actually a trilogy. It's 3 songs that all the music videos all fit together. He did oh wow, he did a lot of them. It's a Good Day to Be Alive is one of his.
That song, I do. I'm not a big country listener, but like especially back in the 90s, I did like a lot of different country singers.
I'm one of those people that, depending on my mood, is what I listen to. I can listen to everything from Brahms, Beethoven, Tchaikovsky, Schubert, to Nine Inch Nails, and Five Finger Death Punch.
Yep.
And Rammstein, and
I honestly do.
from
Ray,
one to the other. It depends on my mood.
okay, so Ray is saying, I think for Kim's birthday, we should all do $10 shots every time someone donates $10. Kim has to take a shot of tequila. Ray, I did that one time and I will never go I will never be drunk on YouTube.
No, YouTube is not the place to be drunk. Check out
Not
my
at all.
other channel, and you would see that.
Yeah.
Not good. I'm slurring. I'm stumbling around my apartment. It's just not good. I'm not proud of that video.
But if you could think of a game or something we could do
How
that
about
people,
instead of tequila, you gotta take a shot of tea?
well, that would be awesome. I like tea,
Not
but
just any tea. It's gotta be sweet tea.
I love sweet tea. I don't drink tea unless it's got sugar. But
There you go.
if you could think of something we could do or play that would do the same thing without alcohol, I'm up for it.
Well, what about taking? You gotta take a shot of Heineken Zero. It's got no alcohol in it.
Oh, I hate beer. Ah.
I'm actually gonna.
What about we do Red Bull and I can just be so hyper I'm vibrating?
Monster works too.
I don't like Monster though. I like Red
Then
Bull.
Well,
Red Bull
you're
is
the one who you're the one who has to drink it. So if you like Red Bull, go for it.
like
One thing I'm going to do though, when I get a piece of land that's big enough, I'm going to try to come up with a non-alcoholic version of moonshine.
Oh, okay. I've had a lot of moonshine in my lifetime, and my favorite is apple pie.
Apple pie is good, but one that's really good is called Cherry Bounce.
See, I don't do cherry.
I know the guy who makes it. I've helped him make it. I know the recipe.
Yeah.
And it's called Cherry Bounce because his great grandfather named it that
Uh-huh.
because it makes you want to either bounce on the mattress or bounce someone around an apartment.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
see,
it's
that's
very
one of the
good.
bad side effects of alcohol with me. I'm a happy drunk.
I'm a quarter Cherokee, a quarter German, and half Scottish.
Oh, wow.
If
Well,
I'm
from what,
around,
yeah.
huh? If
I
I'm
said from
around
what,
good,
I'll go.
huh?
Sorry. I said from what I know, I am Scottish, Irish, and English.
That's a good mix for drinking. But if I'm around good people, I'm a happy drunk. If I'm around, all it takes is one person to do or say one thing, and I go from happy to I'm going to rip this guy's head off and laugh at him while I do it.
Right.
So me and drinking not necessarily the best combo.
Same here. Same here.
I haven't been drunk in close to 20 years.
The last time I got drunk was last New Year's Eve. And it was on YouTube.
In
And
fact,
I'll never do it again.
for like 16 years, I didn't even have a drink.
Oh, wow.
Then I got back with my ex, and she was drinking a little bit, and I said, "Yeah, a little bit. Moderation's the key." So I had some, and I didn't get drunk, but when I started feeling that lightheaded, good buzz, I'd stop.
Yeah.
But for me, when I drink, I don't get a hangover.
Oh, see, I do. Ever since I was I think it was around 35.
I've
It
never
just,
got one.
and the older I've got with the fibro, a hangover lasts 3 days.
Yeah, it
So
intensifies it.
it's not worth it.
I really felt sorry for my uncle. His name was Curtis, and I really felt sorry for him because he didn't have to go out drinking.
Right.
If I got drunk, he got my hangover. If my
Oh,
mom got drunk, he got her hangover. If he got drunk, he got his own hangover.
he was one of those that was like, what do they call them? There's a word for it. They feel other people's pain, like
Empath.
physically. Yeah. Sympathy pains.
Yeah, but he was all right, but when he got into drugs, he went off the deep end.
Oh, yeah.
He got into coke, and well, he got married. They had some kids, and he went to prison for hitting his wife and
Yeah,
everything.
drugs is no good. Drugs, alcohol will make you lose everything you have and everyone around you.
Yep, I went to visit him when he was in San Quentin. And I'll never forget. I went in. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" We hadn't seen each other since I was a kid. Since I was like 8, we hadn't seen each other.
Oh, wow.
And I went in military uniform to visit him.
Uh-huh.
And I seen a guy stand up and walk over to this other guy that was sitting by the vending machines. And he slid a spoon out of his sleeve and he stabbed the guy right in the eye and took the eye out.
Wow.
I was like, damn. Wonder what
Yeah.
he did. But I just kept talking to my uncle and acted like it didn't even happen.
Yeah.
'Cause I know when you're in prison, that's the best way to do. You mind your own business. You don't know nothing.
Well, I don't know, but yeah, that would be the way to go.
But the guards rushed in. They cut everybody's visit short. Even though I had a special visit because at the time I was living on base at Fort Bragg, North Carolina.
Uh-huh.
So I had to travel quite a ways to visit him. So I got a special visit. It was longer than what the normal visit is.
Okay.
But yeah, they cut everybody's visit short. It didn't matter. Nope. It was done until they could figure everything out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to see him again before he passed away.
Oh, well. That's sad. No one
But
deserves to.
but he'd gotten remarried and they were happy when he passed away from what his wife told me.
Oh, okay.
So he had cleaned up his act, gotten off the drugs, and wasn't doing that anymore. And he ended up dying
Well,
of cancer.
I pray for his sake that he got right with God.
You know, I never got a chance to ask him, but I think he did because the woman he married, her daddy's a preacher.
Oh, okay.
So something tells me he got right with God.
Oh, good. Good.
I mean, it took me a long time for me and God to get on speaking terms after my daughter passed away.
Right.
And I mean a very long time. She passed away when I was, let me see, she passed away in 97. I didn't speak to God again until about 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, a long time.
Praise God that you came back.
Well, I had an incident happen and I was like, you know what? You've kind of shown me where I'm headed if I keep going down one path. And I'm not on that path anymore because I know you exist.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm on the path of if you stay on your side of the universe, I'll stay on mine.
Uh-huh.
But there's an issue going on. Maybe you can help with it. And if you see fit, you'll win a lot of trust back with me, is how I put it.
Oh, okay.
And it went the way I prayed for. The person was able to survive the surgery and everything else. It was my mom.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, well, okay, we can be on speaking terms again.
Yeah.
But it was still you stay on your side of the universe, I'll stay on mine, and as long as you don't affect my life, I won't affect you, and we'll be good to go.
Well, for me, I was always a believer since I was 7. But with the things that happened to me, I allowed that to distract me and confuse me. And I went with the way the world is.
Yeah,
Um,
what got me from I mean, I had always heard about God and everything, and I knew churches were down in Texas where they would take you to church and everything, so I would go. But what stopped me from believing in him was because I stopped believing in him when I was a kid. Got mad at him when I was a kid because I was being sex trafficked and all that, and I prayed that God would just send someone to rescue me or just kill him,
right.
and it never happened. And then when I got with my mom, and my stepdad, I'd pray that they wouldn't beat me every day, and that didn't happen. So I was like, well, evidently he don't like me, so I don't like him.
Yeah, I could have felt that way as well with what happened to me, but it took something maybe even trivial compared to that for my eyes to be open to realize that God puts you in tribulation to test you and to see how you become afterwards.
He to put it, I forget exactly how Jesus put it, but as iron sharpens iron, so does trials and tribulation sharpen a believer. Basically, that's it's not word for word, but that's basically what it is. He
Yeah.
allows us to go through hard times or what's called the fire, so that
Mhm.
when we come out, we're stronger, we're more refined, and we can go on in life.
Right. And I think for some, when people go through so much trauma, they seek out the purpose of their life, and for some, I think when they hear the truth, um, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And some of us are just thick headed, and once we make up our mind about something, it takes a lot to change it. That's me.
Well, people get caught up with what happens to them in life, and for uh, layman's term, they think that that's gonna happen to them forever, like everything's forever, and they don't realize that nothing lasts forever. Like this life that we live is just a vapor.
Yeah, it's
That
just,
we have eternity to look forward to.
yep. I mean, when you look at the history of the world, to put it in a way that most people can easily understand, when you look at the time that, if you were to put the whole history of the earth on, say, the Empire State Building,
Mhm.
the time that man has been on this planet would be a postage stamp at the very top.
Right.
That's it. That's a very short amount of time.
Exactly. And if
So
people
nothing's
would
forever.
take time out and read the Bible, the things that people went through, and like Job's, he suffered tremendously.
Oh, yeah. Job
And,
lost everything a couple of times over again.
and for someone who been through that, you would think they would lose all hope, all faith, and just, go against God, but he did not.
Yep. Instead, he kept praising God. And the reason God allowed him to go through that was because God and the devil had kind of made a bet. The devil said that if you take everything from him, because you gave him everything, that's why he praises you. But if you remove everything, he'll curse you. And God looked at him and said, yeah, right. Let me show you how strong this man is in faith.
Yeah.
And removed everything from him, and he still praised him. Then he took his children. He still praised him. Even his wife, when Job got boils and everything else, even his wife was like, why don't you just curse God and get it over with? And he was like, no. And it was like, damn. And then when God took her, he still praised him more. It was like the devil had to be scratching his head saying, what the hell kind of person is this? I don't
Right.
understand it. You take everything and the man's still praising you. But at the end, he got everything back doubled.
Exactly.
So,
Yep.
see,
But
one good thing about going to rehab that I went to was Teen Challenge. Is in 8 months at the farm, they give you the equivalent of 4 years of Bible school.
uh-huh.
So I learned a lot about the Bible. I used to be able to quote a book, chapter, and verse from Genesis to Revelation.
Good. And I think that's one of the great things I hear about prisoners, especially ones that, are spending life in prison. They are given the opportunity to go to church and learn the good news and know if they put their trust in God that no matter what they go through, their eternity is going to be rewarded. It's going to be forever and ever. It's going to make that prison sentence nothing.
I know I've been to jail, I've been to prison, and I know even in jail, they give you the chance to not only go to church, but go to Bible studies. You can have a Bible in your cell. And honestly, between when I would get locked up, I would read the law and the Bible.
Right. Well, that's good.
So I came out of jail or prison with a lot of information swirling around in my head.
Yeah.
And I still remember the law very well. I still read it. I still check up on it, see what new laws have passed, what laws have changed.
I
And
think that's kind of common with people like that,
well, it's to the point to where I can still quote federal laws and statutes,
Uh-huh.
as well as the amount of time someone can get for breaking them,
Right.
which freaks some people out.
I'm sure it does. But I'm gonna kind of wrap this up. If you can go, anybody can go back on my community post. I made a poll. Any suggestions, any ideas that you could think of that would help my channel out? If any creator that is sub to me can help me out by promoting my channel, would be amazing. But I am very grateful for what I do have. And also, with what happened to me today, I just want those people to know I don't care what you say or do. It doesn't hurt me no more. It's only made me stronger, and you're only showing your who you are. And I will continue to pray for you guys. And I honestly don't care if anybody who's heard what I've said today believes me. I just needed to get it out. So there's that. But yeah. I thank you so much, Brad, for coming up and talking with me.
Anytime.
Don't be afraid to do what I posted in the back chat. Anytime, you're more than welcome to do so. And now that I definitely have your email, I will email you, and I will do whatever I can to help you out with learning what I know about live stream in order to help your channel out.
Well, I thank you. And yeah, I will definitely reach out.
Awesome.
Bye,
So,
everyone.
with that, Brad, have a great night. But yeah, for those who stopped by, and for those who stuck with me, in the last 2 hours and 11 minutes, thank you for taking the time out to support me. Just know that I am here for everyone who supports me. Your opinions and ideas and how you feel is important to me. I love the interaction with you guys, and I'm very happy to have met you guys. Maybe not in real life, but here on YouTube, which does affect everyone's real life in some way. Yeah, that means a lot to me. And hopefully we will have another live sometime this week. Yeah, my birthday is the 26th. If you feel inclined, I'm not asking, but if you feel inclined to cash at me a little something in appreciation, I would be ever so grateful. Hopefully, well, I don't know. I probably will be busy on my birthday, but maybe the day before or the day after we can do something. But I will try to critique and try to come up with a good way of playing the game I talked about, because I think that would be so funny. So hopefully you think the same way and will participate in it. My StreamYard link is always pinned, and you never have to show your face. And think of it like talking on the phone with a friend. And don't worry about what people think. Just be here to have fun with me. But I love you guys, and try to be more compassionate, more considerate. Try to have respect, manners, and like I say, a little kindness goes a long way. These things are dying in our world, and you might not think that you make a whole lot of difference, but think of it this way, okay? What you do might affect 10 people. And then those 10 people take from what and how you are and apply it to their life, and it affects 10 more people. So in a way, it kind of like, it's like a chain, or how do I say this? It's like a domino effect, right? So yeah. I love you guys. Have a great night. And until next time, I will see you later. And yeah, please go back if you haven't seen my comments today in my community chat and see what I was talking about today. So, alright, I'm going to send you guys out with a little something that my best friend Cushy made for me. And yeah, I love you guys.